Hello.
Hi, Jomon. Nice to see you after a long, long
Hi,
time. After
Dotty.
4 years, we,
It's been
we
yeah,
it's a
4 years.
4 years. It's a long time.
Yep.
We have today is January 18th, and we have taken the flight in 2020 Jan. Then after that, everything
COVID.
changed in our life.
Yeah. So many things. Oh my God.
Yes,
Yeah.
so many things
How are
we have
you?
changed. So I'm doing good. How you
How
are doing in UK?
I am in the UK right now. I'm in Birmingham. I am doing fine.
You are the
Hopefully
most
it all goes well.
international person. You are staying in India, you are staying in China, you are staying in Bahrain. Now you are in United Kingdom. So
The
you are the
UK, we live in
most
what-
most international person. You are living in lots of places. So
Yeah.
you have done your MPH. So congratulations.
Public
So
health.
you got your
Thank
another
you.
degree.
Yes, it is comma MPH now.
Yes. Yeah.
I am getting graduated, in fact, day after tomorrow. That's my ceremony tomorrow, day after
Oh,
tomorrow.
ceremony. Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
We missed
My
the
gra
but unfortunately we
We
missed the
missed the graduation
MBBS
ceremony.
ceremony. It's a royal ceremony we actually missed. I think
Yeah,
who has gone back, they have attended the ceremony.
they have.
That I saw in the
So,
ceremony, but we all missed the graduation ceremony.
you know what? I used to see our seniors getting graduated in China, and I used to
Mm.
keep making like, okay, I'll ask my parents to come, I'll ask everybody else to come, and then COVID happened.
Yes, that's why I also never
Thank
travel China. I thought my parents will come in the internship time. I will travel. Then what? COVID sucks everything.
COVID just messed it up. Yeah.
So you are in
So, yeah.
Birmingham currently.
So, so I finished my public health, and then I realized that, public health is something completely different from mainstream MBBS. So in the MBBS form, we look for more medicine and, how to treat a patient and surgery and obs gynae, all of that. But public health now gives you a whole new different aspect of it. It shows you epidemiology. It shows you, okay, why do you think a certain area has a lot of diabetes? Like if you say India, why are people having a lot of diabetes? For an example. So now public health people will learn that. Like, why do you think it is that? And how do you help it? How can that change? So that has blown my mind. When I applied for it, I had no idea, to be fair. But now I'm glad I did, and I'm falling in love with it. So currently, I am doing three projects, which is research based, which is obviously not funded. I'm also a teacher for autistic kids. So I teach autistic kids. Uh, what I started as a part-time job, now I'm get given a 1 year contract with the autistic kids.
Okay.
And
That's
I'm
nice.
also hoping to give my thank you. Hoping to give my PLAB this February, but my inclination is more towards doing a PhD. So I have started the
So
paperwork, I've
you
started
want to do PhD
application.
in which aspect, like epidemiology or biostatistics?
So,
So what is
so my focus would be more into, of course, children with special needs. That is one aspect I'm looking for. Mental health, social determinants of health, maybe health promotion. So these are some of the PhDs I'm applying for currently. But
okay?
let's see how it goes.
So you have traveled from India to UK, and what like how you decided that I need to do the MPH in UK, not in US or India? So
Valid question. Um, One of the main reasons why I took UK was because doing public health in the US is a very good option, but the problem is the application takes, it's a very big process, and the visa, was a very it was also very expensive for me. So I'm not saying UK is cheap. UK is also expensive, but it was a bit more easier way for me to apply. And in fact, few of our seniors who did MBBS in Jinan had also now come to the UK to do MPH. So I had actually contacted two of them and asked them like how was their experience, and they had similar positive experiences, which now pushed me to that. I always liked when we learned community medicine. I always liked it, but I really did not know that there was a public health aspect. So that is why I picked UK. They had good opportunities, so that's why I decided to do UK.
So when you
Yeah.
applied for MPH, you applied in one university or you applied in many universities?
I actually had applied for four universities. So I applied for Aston University, which is my university now, University of Birmingham, King's College London, and UCL. UCL did not get back to me. King's College, so UOB, the University of Birmingham, I was almost late to reach there. But King's College London and Aston University had gotten back to me. So King's College was a bit on the expensive side, but Aston University was more of a research-based university. So I was like, you know what, let me just pick up that. And I had applied for, I think, yeah, four universities.
So you before applying, you have to cross like you had crossed your IELTS or you have directly applied. So what's the rules there?
So, because we have an MBBS degree, I might be wrong because I did not have to particularly write any exam because somehow my 12th standard English scorecard, which was the board exam scorecard, was eligible enough for me to not write that particular exam. However, my batchmates and my other course mates, they all had to write either IELTS or OET.
So
Yeah.
it's
So I
like
didn't personally write it, but yeah,
so it depends. Like, as per I
it
know that
depends.
if
Yeah.
you are from CBSE board and if your marks in class 12 is more than 90%, then you
You get,
many
you can get
universities don't like
away with.
they accept without IELTS. Like I have
Yep.
talked with University of Manchester for a degree 2 years back, and they has also told the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing happened. So I did mine in a CBSE school, and I had pretty nice marks in English. So
So you have
I got away
stemmed
with
from the IELTS.
yeah.
Like you are doing in have finished in UK. So like we there is a concept that doing public health in a resource limiting setup like India, the third world countries, is better. Like
Yeah.
our seniors told this
Oh, is
kind
it?
of things. So is it
Yeah.
any variation from doing it in from a first world country like USA or doing it in a resource limited setup like like India or other resource limited setup. Although India is now quite progressed a lot, but if I think about UK or USA and India, so is it any difference occurs when you are taking in UK rather than India?
Okay. That's a very difficult question to answer, mainly because I don't want to say anything which is like factually wrong. So personally, I knew about public health, I researched about public health, and I did apply for a couple of universities in India. So there were the Trivandrum Medical College, they were doing public health. There was Kottayam uh, Allied School of Medical Sciences, they were also doing public health. Now, the catch here is the masters or the public health masters is a competitive field, especially if you want to go in through the government sector, you will need to write an exam, which is a competitive exam.
Yes.
And secondly, because my undergraduate is MBBS, they required a registration number to validate my degree. Now, for all those who are watching us or hearing us, I finished my FMGE exam and then we had this issue with the registration. And because we were all in the COVID batch, so I hadn't done my internship yet while I was doing my applications for public health. So I did not have a registration number to now apply for, colleges in India. I am not aware of how public health is taught in India. I'm not sure about it. But in the UK, the one thing I liked about public health here is it had subjects like inclusivity, diversity subjects, health promotion, and then there was something called as global health. And my university specifically had a focus on research as well. So it gave me a different aspect of public health. So, mind you, public health in the UK, it can differ from universities to universities. So, what
Okay.
University of Manchester is teaching is different from Aston University.
Got it.
University of Birmingham, yeah. So, public health under University of Birmingham might be under School of Medicine, but mine was under School of Social Science. So,
Okay.
I have learned a public health which is looking it into a socialistic point of view. Do you
Got
get?
got you. Okay.
In
Okay.
the US, also, I'm not really aware of it, but the good thing is funding is also required for doing ground primary work researches. And a lot of fund-based grants, all actually the first world countries, I'm saying UK, US, has the upper hand for us to get the fundings. I might not be completely right as well, but that is one good advantage if you want to do into mainstream PhD or, research in these countries.
Okay, so it's a nice explanation. So the main thing is that if someone wants to do from India, a middle class families, then is there any availability of scholarship in your university, like University of
Yeah,
Aston? And after the scholarship, like what is the average cost actually in studying MPH?
fair enough. That's a very good question. So by default, you get a student scholarship in certain universities. So see, there are universities in the UK that comes under the Russell Group of universities. So those are the University of Birmingham, let's say University of Oxford. So now these universities are by default a little expensive. Now you also, if the university that I did, we had a fee about, I paid around 17 lakhs, which was a
17,
one
one
year
seven.
17 lakh,
Okay.
1 7, which is, but we also had a scholarship about 3 lakhs, about which the university
After
by
scholarship,
default
you paid 14 lakhs then.
14 lakhs. So pretty much that is the cost of it. Now, it also depends on where your university in the UK is. So I live away from London. So if you're living closer to London, it gets
Then it will
even
be
more
expensive.
expensive.
Okay,
Yeah,
so 14 lakhs
because
in
it's
14
1
lakhs in
year.
1 year is quite expensive for an Indian perspective. And again,
Yeah, and
it's a tuition fee. Then again, you have to stay there,
living
you have to
costs
cook,
and everything. Yeah,
everything.
and
It's so if someone applies for scholarship, that how the what is the maximum amount of scholarship at your university one can achieve in your course?
so the 3,000 scholarship happens. One. Second thing is there was two eligibility competitions that they hold. So certain universities, when you're applying for it itself, if you're an international student, there would be certain competitions that they will hold. Probably they might ask you to maybe write an exam or an essay about 5,000 words, maybe 10,000 words. And through that, it could be like a competition that they do where they grant you that extra scholarship. So maybe we're talking about another 3,000. I could be wrong. Another 3,000 to 4,000 pounds wavered, which could be around 4 lakhs to 5 lakhs.
It's then it
Yeah.
will be great. But and there are some like
Indeed.
in universities of Oxford, Cambridge, there are some scholarships like society scholarship. That one famous we know that that a
It is,
Commonwealth
yes.
scholarship, that a famous one. So there are
Well,
couple of society-based scholarships. So is it available in like for Indian students in your university?
Not in my university per se, because my university, as opposed to, so the Russell Group of universities, which is University of Oxford, Cambridge, those universities now actually have these options.
Okay,
But when I applied for Aston University, these were very limited. I mean, there were scholarships, but they were very limited scholarships.
okay,
Mainly because Aston University is comparatively a newer university. So they were still like trying to understand what the whole deal was. So
okay.
that is one thing.
So
Um, but what I also know is,
yes, yes. Tell.
sorry,
No, no,
what
no.
I also know, my flatmate who lived with me in my first few years, first year, she got a government scholarship from India who now sponsored her entire education in UK. But
Okay.
with the clause that every assignment or every semester, whatever scores that she got, she had to now send it back so that they give you the fees. So you can split the amount, how much ever you're paying. So if you're paying a fee of 18 lakhs, you don't have to pay it directly. You can
Yeah.
split it. So the government of India has certain scholarship schemes
Okay.
where
That's
you can
great
now go
actually.
abroad and study. So I'm sure that, yeah,
That's
there
that
is an
that's
opportunity.
good great then.
Um, if Yeah, it is because one of my friends actually did that, and she successfully finished her public health. I mean, toxicology master's, sorry, and then
Okay.
she's now working here also. So it was very easy for her to, transition.
Managing all the things.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah,
the scholarships are there, and what we got that there's this there is Indian government sponsor scholarship also.
it is.
So what is the
Yeah,
job scope
we
actually?
just have to navigate what is the right scholarship in public health.
Like in UK, if you like
Did you mean
someone is
public
not
health?
planning PhD and someone has done MPH and trying to find a job in UK, so what kind of job that person get?
Okay, so unlike that's a very important question because even I asked this to a lot of my friends. Now, unlike all the other masters, public health masters opens up so many opportunities for you. Other masters actually gives you a proper definition of what job you can apply. But public health, there is everything and anything can be a public health job here. So tobacco cessation officer, tobacco cessation intern, mental health education officer. To you can work as if you're into research, research assistant, research associate, public health research fellow. Uh, you can now go into working under NGOs, which is one of the fantastic things I've been a part of as well. So NGOs, what they would do is you might have to now do like peer reviews and go onto the field and do maybe an impact study. Um, so that is another set of things. On the clinical side, there is also public health clinicians, but usually that these roles are not given directly to a MPH student. You would probably need a PhD with it, or maybe a few extra added years. You also get health equity officers. um, you have sexual educators. You've got then we have the LGBT public health departments.
So the
So
salary
it depends on what
is the salary pretty decent?
fluctuating.
Like if you are taking loan from the in from India, and is the salary is pretty decent that you can stay barely you can stay as a salary is decent then, not this means
So
decent.
yeah. To be fair, it's not. It is decent, and it can help with paying off the loan. It is
Okay, so
decent.
it will be
It's
enough
not.
to paying off the loan and staying in UK. Pretty decent staying. Okay, so
Yeah, pretty decent thing.
I'm not
Yeah,
telling that a mansion or something. A pretty decent
yeah.
staying and all that.
Fair enough. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So I think most of the questions are already done, because the main question is that
That's
there is no entrance exam, and if you have if IELTS you have to give or not, it depends on the administration committee, and then you have to go apply, and then is
more or
there any
less.
interview, like when is there any interview? What's the selection
Mm,
process
mm.
interview?
Okay. So for my university, um, there was one interview that happened through phone. So once you give your application, you or so one of the important things while applying for either UK or the US is you have to have a good statement of purpose. Like it's a paragraph, it's a big essay that you write about yourself. After you do that, if they like your application, they will now call you. Now they will give you a call and they'll do like a interview on call. That's your first level of interview. I had a first level of interview. Secondly, I had another interview where it was a video interview, but the questions would appear on the screen, and literally I'm talking, but it was a blank screen. But I just have to, give out the answers. But I had to dress up and be ready and be myself. After I cleared that, there was one final call interview that I had. So basically, three interviews I had. Yeah. And they
So,
would ask you questions like the questions that they asked was tell
yeah.
us about yourself,
So
or,
those are
you know,
intellectual question or something subject related question.
the third round, they asked me about why did you do MBBS and then why are you coming to public health? Did you do any kind of research? And what interested you? Like, what subjects did you like for you to now choose public health? Other than that, they would be like, there are
So
certain
there is
questions that you're
no
expected
question
to.
like what is health or what is
What?
epidemiology.
No,
No question like the vibas, like what we face in
that
India, like in
absolutely
interview, the first question, tell me you are coming from MPH, what is health? So that is the basic question. If you fail,
define health.
then you will not get the job, like the entry.
Yeah.
So there is no
Yeah.
kind of strict things.
I mean, even I never faced any kind of, that even the professors or anybody when dealing with public health, it was more of like a conversation than a
More
class. Even
practical
the
things
interview
than
that I had.
theoretical things.
Yeah. So, mm, while my interview happened, I had to be very honest. Like, okay, I have no research background in MBBS. I have nothing, no research background at all. So it was actually very chill.
So that's
But
actually
also,
good actually.
while if anybody is doing public health, yeah, while anybody is doing public health in the UK, get yourself into research because it's a really rewarding,
Is a great line,
um,
and I think people after COVID have understood the importance of public health in India also.
knowledge. Yeah.
So
Of
MPH
course,
is,
yes.
I think MPH is also getting validated by NMC. So if you come to India,
Yeah.
you can apply for your assistant professorship in as a tutor or tutor post in the colleges. But I think
That's good.
better to stay in UK as per my aspect. Here things are quite
Yeah.
more like is here things what I have seen in Indian colleges in my 2.5 years experience. Here things are
Yeah.
much more theoretical than practical. So that you need to
Mm.
remember lots of equations in public health. You need to remember the intact like park definition. So we have also memorized, but we had much more activities, like we have done mock WHO, so kind of things. But those here students are so much stress. So
Yeah.
I think it's
You
better
remember
UK only.
you remember iceberg phenomenon?
Iceberg phenomenon. Yes, actually,
So
why
you learn
we
that
are
in
remembering everything? Because we have studied like games, like practical things. Here, if here everyone is
exactly.
so is solving problems. So it's rather than a
Yeah,
mathematics exam than a community medicine exam. So those, and we are
exactly.
doctors because our math is bad. That's fact. If we are good in
Very much.
mathematics, we will be NASA, not in
Of course.
MBBS. So these kind of things I've seen. So
Mm.
congratulations again to
Thank
day
you.
after tomorrow. Do share your photo. So
I will.
so you have done your second degree.
So nice seeing you, Datta. I'm
I
telling you.
think no. I think you are the first person to do I think masters, because only double
Mhm.
degree I think Sufia has, because Sufia has had done BSc. Apurva has
Yeah, yeah.
double
Apurva.
bachelor. She is from
Yeah.
Universe, because she has two medical
It's from
degrees.
universe.
I don't know how many person in the world has that type of degree, like two medical degrees.
Yeah.
You have done
Yes.
masters. Sufia has done BSc, like two BSc and MBBS. So I think these are some early people who have done their masters or double degree
Yeah.
at before 30.
Yeah. Thank you.
So and best wishes for your PhD also. And
Thank you. Thank you so
I
much.
what I have heard from my seniors who are in UK, their getting PhD is much more activity based rather than exam based, because in India there's lots of
Yeah, exactly.
NEET,
It is more
UGC,
active.
SIR, GATE, all exams, but they are
Yeah.
everything. I think in India also these things should change, because MBBS is same as UK MBBS or MBBCH, or USA is MD. But here lots of stress people are giving about NEET PG and all. They are everything on training basis. How you have two foundation years, how you will, like in the foundation year you will choose a subject, then you will enter in that subject. How much if you like it, then do your mass MRCP or
Yeah.
MRCS or something. And then like it's a training based, not that you are putting so much pressure on the brain of the doctors. Here everything is on, we are
Yeah.
inside a pressure cooker. US is also same. US is much more competitive because of matching and all, but US is also same, because after you have to get matching, then residency. I think India also should give much priority in MBBS, and they should do everything training based, because MBBS has a got lots of power.
It does. It does
But in
actually. Yeah.
here, if you will not find in any in like IMG, everyone is sitting about that NEET PG, NEET PG, NEET PG, and even they are doing pre-planner marrow from the first year of MBBS. So that much of
Yeah.
competition, like first year. When I am doing my third revision, they are doing their 10th, 100 revision.
Yeah.
So these are the kind
Yeah.
of things.
My
So
God, I you just got me back to FMG preparations. Oh,
FMC, after passing FMG, lots of mental stress to us. 2 years of 2 years of internship, then they now need PG again. Say same things. Lots of
you know
MCQs
what,
and all.
Datta? You know what? When you do your next episode of podcast, probably you should bring in record button. Eh,
Okay.
so you know what that I was about to say was your next podcast episode. One of your episodes should be you should bring in all the FMG students together, and we should just talk about the torture that happened in for 2016.
First before that I need a visa of some other country, mostly in from
Yeah,
UK. then
yeah.
after loading the podcast, I need to fly to UK. Then I have to post it
Leave.
because
Oh, yes.
after that my YouTube channel will also get banned.
Oh, imagine. Oh my God. But yeah, how are you though? Are you happy now?
See, I'm happy or not. My main focus is now to get plab, to be very honest. But the thing is that I don't want to take money from my father or something. So I want to do, if I go outside, I want to do from myself. So that's why I am planning to
Yeah,
give
very well.
my MD from India, no matter what subject. I'm not very concerned about the subject. I whatever I will get, I will get. Then I'll give my plab, and then after that, I will make my career in UK. So that's my current planning. Like, yes, you can say that many people are
Okay.
saying that why
Yeah,
you are wasting 3 years, why now you are not giving plab, now you are going. See, the thing is that India has one great thing, that here lots of patients are there, so clinical training is quite good. What I get in 2.5 years, I saw 10,000 plus patients, which has gave me a great confidence. So I think
of
it
course.
will be worth it for me to give another 3 to 4 years in India.
Yeah,
That's my
exactly.
my it views depends on pupil to pupil. It varies.
Views are different, of course. Yeah, it
Yes, but
varies.
I will do my PG from India, no matter in what subject. If it is any subject, I will take it, and then I will give my plab, and rest of the journey I will do in UK.
And leave.
That's I actually why I approached you at the beginning, because I am also planning to do MPH in after my masters, because there is one subject, there is two things which is globally, like it is upcoming. One is research on toxicology, where you have your roommate has done.
First.
So you it's a part in a particular place with what toxicology effect is happening, and that is what
Yeah,
effect it is doing on genetic variations. This is one
definitely.
good great aspect. Another in space, like whatever the astronauts are going, like what the genetic variation is happening in space. So
Yeah,
as we are moving towards the molecular precision medicine, molecular medicine, so I think it will be
of
great if
course.
someone has MPH degree, because these aspects are very important. Like if you know that
Very
your
much.
genetics and my genetics is completely different. If you go from
Yes.
both the person, both are Indian, but the genetics is completely different.
Yeah,
If you
different.
see
Yeah,
your genetics, or maybe your like if you're from your same state, but maybe are 20 kilometers
yeah.
away, the genetics will be different, because there are weather is a
Definitely.
big factor, geography is a big factor,
Yes.
like the marriage, the like when I was posted in Raiganj, their HBE disease is very much higher, because people are getting married in
Yeah,
same
yeah.
community, so the genetic pool is not happening. same
Mm.
same problem is happening in cousin marriage, so the gene pool is not
Mm.
getting uh,
Consanguinity.
getting, so that's why a closed gene pool. So I think in to decode everything, you need a degree in MPH. It's not about, like, if you do
Was
practice fully, that is a different. But if you go for a human research, then I think MPH is a mandatory, at least for doctors. It's my
so
my
you
my
also can do like,
point of view.
and it also you're very well right because there are some MPH courses that even can provide you with supplementary added could like I know of a friend who's done artificial intelligence and MPH together. So the combinations, it depends on which university you're doing, but you're right, like this is where the world is going to, and research plays a role. as well as, to find out what's going on exactly. But honestly, on a personal level, I can say I'm so happy seeing you. Like it's like it's bringing back university. It's been what, 4 years? It's so
Yes.
nice to see you, and I'm glad that you're
From
doing
my
this.
side also, it's nice to see you after a long time, and you are looking completely same. Your beard, your hairstyle, everything is
Same.
completely same. No, people
Yeah.
actually get like fatty or getting thinner. So you are completely same person.
May have got a little fat, but still.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I also think that Python is something I think it should be included in MBBS because now I
Right.
when I'm getting in the research lines and all, I'm the main thing. I'm the problem I'm facing. I don't know Python. Even I don't know anything about coding. So that's a big thing. I think it should be included in MBBS only because that day also only I
Exactly.
was looking some like some things like GitHub. So in GitHub, I was looking
GitHub.
some
Yeah.
GitHub. Yes, I
Yeah.
was looking, and everything is like Python, and I said I don't know anything, and then yeah, then I need to ask some of my friend, hey, what's this? And he told he's telling the basics. Then okay, acha. So this is the this kind of thing. So these are the things I think it should be included, and the MBBS syllabus should be modified with these kind of things like Python and
Yeah.
all. Hmm?
To be fair, even the research assistant's job that you're applying here, right? It's always nice if you know SPSS, R, if you know NVivo, and that's different. But Python is something which is coming up now. So in my university, we were taught SPSS. During my dissertation, I learned NVivo, which is for the qualitative analysis. And then obviously mandatorily for all your assessments, you use EndNote or Mendeley's, and which is a referencing tool.
Hmm.
But Python was something, there was a job that I was applying to, and I got scared because I'm like, what is Python? Because I know it was a coding language. And then, uh, in fact, there are some universities here in the UK and even in the US that even incorporates Python teaching and other coding, which can be now used for EPID studies, quant studies, and calls, which is already a part of their MPH program, which you
Yeah,
have to separately pass. So
I
for
think it
for
should
my
be
university,
included in MBBS also.
it has to,
I
like,
think
right? Remember when w- I used to laugh when we had the research module. I don't know who the professor was, but
I
I
guess
remember telling it.
psychology professor.
Yeah,
Pang
yes, and then
Pang
and
used to give us the research
yeah,
lectures. Dr. Pang used to give us the lecture. Yes, yes.
right. And he actually called for some people who are interested, right? I think you
Yes,
and Rijo had gone.
I was done a like project under his guidance. Yes.
Yeah, you did very good. At that time, I was sitting on our class, and I was telling Apurva, no way I'm going to do research. And now, few years later,
So things
here
actually
I am.
change.
Things absolutely change. Yeah.
When every like in our time public health it like, people used to say like if you tell that I'm going to study public health people will say so he is a complete failure in life, he's not getting any subject, that's why
Yeah.
he's going
Yeah.
to public health, he wants to study public health. But now after COVID if you say that I'm going to study public health, oh wow, so because the
Yeah.
society they do, before COVID they have no idea
No
what is
idea.
the meaning of
Yeah.
public health, what is the meaning of public health policy, what is the meaning of public health economics. So these are the kind
Yeah.
those are Greek Latin to the society at that time.
Of
Um,
course.
so incubation period, when we taught
Mm,
incubation
mm,
period, we are like, okay,
yeah.
there's the big thing, incubation period.
That's a
Now
big thing. Yeah.
you ask a kid incubation period after COVID,
Everybody knows.
that person will also tell you the definition. So
They
that
do.
the upgradation we have
Someone
seen.
was in the school when I was the school where I teach right now. One of the teachers was talking to another colleague, and this guy has no medical background, and he was like, "Listen, there's this new disease that has come up. The incubation period is 7 weeks, and I mean 7 days." And in my head, I'm like, "How do you know those words?" That's what COVID has done to us.
COVID has made the public actually that COVID, this is a like people got the awareness, and that is actually good. If we from for the in a long term, if we long run, if we could carry this awareness, then it will be good for the infectious disease also. Because
It
basic
is. It
education
is.
each and every pupil should have, like what is the incubation period, what
Yeah.
is, like how to know about the like basic search like Wikipedia search, पढ़ के कुछ तो समझ में आए विकिपीडिया,
What is it?
तो वही से इट इज अ वायरस और बैक्टीरिया,
Exactly.
or it is a respiratory borne or it's a waterborne. If a common people can understand this much, then it is good that okay, it's a respiratory borne, so we should use mask. If it is a waterborne, we should use
Grammar.
some
Yeah.
good water. So this
Of
is a
course. Yeah.
space. I think this public health has taken a good direction, like direction in respect to society after COVID, and lots of things like unconventional ways is getting open after COVID. As I told the space one,
We
I
don't know
actually
how to
listened
pick
two
up.
days ago
Yeah.
only the space like
Yeah.
someone is space like MPH, and he wants to research on space genomics, like space
Yeah.
genetics, like what changes is happening after going to space. And maybe when we have in 2016 when we have joined MBBS, then there is
We never
no
even thought
hardly
of
we
this.
sir, डॉक्टर बन
Course.
गए अब तो ऑपरेशन करेंगे, so that is the focus. So now doctor बन गए,
Exactly.
we will do something space
Important.
related kind of things. So this is a good thing is happening now.
I know of a person, I follow him on Instagram. There is this guy who's done MBBS, did public health, and then did public health, aerospace medicine, something. And
It's
now
India
he's
also started
researching on that.
MD aerospace.
And I'm like, wow, like I didn't know all this. And it was
There are
people now is very
lots of ways has been opened
lots
throughout
of
the
ways.
world.
It is true. It is true. Yeah. We'll
So
get there. We'll all be, somewhere there.
see, everything is a point. Okay, no matter which if you follow the conventional or unconventional way, you will get that point. And if our
We'll get
fraternities so small, somewhere we'll meet. Maybe in Zoom, maybe in
Amen.
person,
Yes.
maybe somewhere.
Exactly. 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 You know, out of desperation during that waiting time for internship, right? I had gone back to our university looking for any careers of teaching jobs or something,
Like
and I'm
Jinan.
like, that's how, yeah, and that's how
And
messed up
no,
it became
Jinan
for
is
me.
taking, I saw a post, they are taking,
Now,
I think, lab assistant,
yeah,
they are taking lab assistant.
like, we don't know where we'll be, so let's see.
So, so that's why we can't plan a long term
No,
career. So
you
it's
can't, you
depends
just
on where
can't.
we are and what is the upcoming 6 month.
Correct, very correct. Yeah, yeah. What plans? Do you have duty tomorrow?
No, I resigned from Raiganj. That's why I'm free.
Fair.
Otherwise,
So now
I
you
used to have
fully,
duty on Saturday. So I have
yeah,
resigned, and let's see. Like I'm also feel bored with the clinics and patients and all. 2.5 years I stayed with those, so I'm also trying to see some unconventional way of leading
yeah,
things. So that's why I resigned.
fair.
One course usually you can also see that by that IIT is giving biomedical engineering. Like
Biomedical
so,
engineering.
I think it's also a great line. Like in
You know,
past, many people will tell that biomedical engineering is not good for doctors, but when the artificial intelligence is coming, I think it's a
now
great
it is.
choice in current time.
You know, I before coming to MBBS, I was an engineering student with Manipal University, and I did biomedical engineering for 1 month.
It's a good
And I'm
actually
like, I
because
quit that, like, then joined, but yeah,
uh,
go ahead.
okay. So that's thank you
All
for
right,
taking my invitation and joining the first
no
episode
problem.
of Caffeine with Dotty, and where
Thank
we
you.
both have not taken any caffeine in between.
Nothing, yep. Go ahead.
But
All the
it's a
best.
great thing.
I wish.
I will edit it. So it's also challenging
And
for
let
me
make me
because
look good.
because I am editing for the first time. I've downloaded a software and
Good.
let's see how it goes.
Yeah,
So
it should go well. Yeah, all
okay,
the
I
best.
will
And
send
keep
you
it
the
posted.
link when it will be uploaded in YouTube.
Definitely.
So catch you
Definitely. Thank you.
any other day. Thank you. Chalo. Bye.
All right. Chal, bye.
Bye.
How do I delete this?
I'm ending the meeting. I think end.